Hi, everybody. John Younger here with Assisted Living Locators. 5 minutes with Scherrie Keating of Diabetes Care Consulting. Hey, Scherrie, thanks for coming on.
Oh, John, thank you so much for having me. And you know what? Can I just tell you, I've been watching your videos and you're doing an amazing job of, sharing the resources out there. So thank you for doing what you're doing and thank you for having me as your guest.
Well, thank you for those words. Definitely, I'm having a lot of fun doing it too. So, Scherrie, why don't you tell us about what you're doing? And I understand you have a couple of really interesting new things going on too.
I do. So I founded Diabetes Care with a K Consulting almost 4 years ago already. It's hard to believe, but I had kind of had an aha moment about 5 years ago. I found out diabetes was preventable. Like I
Really?
had no clue. I have been a registered nurse specializing in diabetes and heart disease for over 37 years. And 5 years ago, I saw a little commercial pop up on Facebook, those little ads,
Yeah.
and it said diabetes prevention program. I'm like, wait a minute, diabetes prevention, like you can prevent diabetes. So I said, oh my gosh, I need to learn about this. So I actually learned and became a lifestyle coach for the CDC's National Diabetes Prevention Program. And then I thought to myself, if I don't know diabetes preventable, how many people in the world don't either? So that's when I said, I need to do something about this, because if we can prevent diabetes before somebody goes down that road of developing diabetes, then I'm all in. So I started Diabetes Care with K Consulting LLC, September 2016. And my mission and passion is to help people prevent type 2 diabetes as well as manage type 2 diabetes. So my company's kind of evolved over the years. I'm certified as a diabetes care and education specialist. I'm certified in diabetes prevention, dementia, and ageless grace, which is a brain health fitness program. Have you heard of it before?
I don't think so, no.
So diabetes can lead to multitude of other health conditions, and dementia is one of them. So I became certified in Ageless Grace, which is a brain health fitness program that helps keep your brain active till the day that you die. It's really fun. You should learn about it, John.
Oh, definitely.
We could do a whole show on that, but we'll stick to diabetes care consulting for now. So what I try to do in my company is we have an epidemic. It's actually a pandemic. And we have over 88 million people that are living with prediabetes, and 90% have no idea.
Wow.
So I know, wow is right.
Wow.
Like I saw this picture of this iceberg, and at the tip of the iceberg were people that had diabetes, and then below the iceberg were millions and millions and millions of more that had prediabetes. And the sad news, it's trickling into our adults and our young adults and adolescents. And that's pretty scary to me because I'm a grandmother of 6 and my oldest granddaughter's 13. So for me, those statistics are just scary. And so I want to offer screening, prevention education. And so the way I do that is I have kind of 3 different arms to my company. One of them is I'm a national keynote speaker, and I provide on a national, state, and regional level educational programs that revolve around prediabetes, type 2, and type 3 diabetes. Do you know what type 3 diabetes is?
I don't know a lot about diabetes. I gotta have more conversations with you.
Yes, you do. So type 3 diabetes is the cutting edge research out of Brown University that's linking insulin resistance, which is the cause of diabetes, in the brain to Alzheimer's.
Wow.
So it's fascinating research. So insulin resistance is really the root cause of diabetes, prediabetes, and this type 3 diabetes. So I provide education on those different levels for healthcare providers in terms of CEUs for nurses, social workers, case managers, and nurse practitioners. And then I provide corporate wellness centered around that, prevention management of diabetes, as well as community organizations, senior centers, Rotaries, community organizations, and things like that. And then the other arm is a new branch of my company called Diabetes Prevention for Life. What I realized over the last few months is that I'm providing all this incredible education, but I'm not bringing people on the journey to prevent diabetes for life. And so I decided that I'm going to start this 4-step journey to prevent diabetes for life. And I kicked it off with what we call a diabetes prevention connection. It's a weekly group on Monday nights, 4:30 to 5:30, and it's for people at risk and living with prediabetes. And it's on Zoom, and they register and they log on, and it's a group where they can come and meet, get education, support, and a community, and it's free. So I can send you the link. It's free.
Okay.
Nothing's free today, right? So this is free.
This is free.
Yeah, it's free, and I've had 2 weeks, and it's been awesome. The second stop on the journey to diabetes prevention for life is my new program that I'm kicking off. It's an 8-week course called Talk Me Healthy to Prevent Diabetes. And it's an intensive 8-week course. It starts August 19th and goes through October 7th. It's on Zoom, 6 to 7:30 p.m. And during those 8 weeks, we are going to learn about prediabetes, insulin resistance, type 3 diabetes, healthy eating, label reading, toxic chemicals, changing your mindset. We're going to do ageless grace. It's going to be amazing. The outcome of that is that you will lower your risk of type 2 diabetes by more than half. You will lower your blood pressure, cholesterol, weight, and you will have the tools to turn that education into action. So that brings me to the third step of my new program, and that is a retreat, a 3-day retreat, where you're actually going to do hands-on turning education into action. And the fourth stop on the journey is a 1-year coaching program. So that's kind of what I've been doing new. I'm really excited because I'm really hoping this is going to make a huge impact in millions of people's lives.
Yeah.
And then the other arm of Diabetes Care Consulting is my TV show. It's called Talk Me Healthy. I'm not in the studio right now, but I changed it to a podcast. I'm having a ball. And it's a health and wellness podcast. I talk about different topics. I have different guests every week who has a passion and are doing something about it in the health field. And so that's Talk Me Healthy podcast. And then I have an online school. So this online school, I converted my live programs into a school. So people can actually go on Thinkific and they can go in and take courses, CEU programs. They can take regular courses on how to prevent and manage diabetes. So I'm really excited because I love helping people make lifestyle changes in small steps that have a significant impact in their health. My passion doesn't come from me having diabetes, but it comes from me taking care of thousands and thousands and thousands of people with diabetes and seeing the devastating effects. And so if we can prevent diabetes, and yes, it's preventable, then I want to be a part of that journey. And I made it my mission to help people do that. So I also am a terminal cancer survivor. I don't know if you know that.
I do know that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I use my story and my expertise because I know what it's like to live with a chronic disease. I not only have terminal cancer, but I also live with a chronic disease where I have to get IV therapy every month. And so I don't have diabetes, but I do live with a chronic disease. So I get the struggles. And so I want to use my story, my expertise, and my passion to make a difference in this prediabetes epidemic, and then help people living with diabetes to lower their risk of complications and premature death. So that's kind of what I've been up to.
Well, you have not been busy at all, Scherrie.
I just sit around all day trying to figure out what to do.
Wow, I gotta tell you, your passion just shines right through, and I appreciate you and what you're doing, and these new things that you're doing sound terrific. What is the best way for folks to get a hold of you?
Well, let's see. Email diabetescarewithak@gmail.com. My website is diabetescarewithakconsulting.com. I'm on LinkedIn. I have a Diabetes Care Consulting Facebook page, and my school is in Thinkific. It's Scherrie's School, Diabetes Care Consulting Online School of Education. So if they go on my website, they can get all the information. They can contact me or they can email me. I would love to help people begin and continue their journey to prevent diabetes for life.
Awesome. Scherrie, thank you so much for coming on. 5 minutes with Scherrie Keating. Have a great day.
John, thank you so much for having me, and thank you again for doing what you do. And I really appreciate this opportunity to spend this time with you and share my passion. Thank you.
It's a joy and my pleasure.